What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? Girl, I swear. Y'all, honestly, the truth is, I really just want to go back to I want to go to another concert. I really want to go back to another concert day, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it, baby. The only way you're gonna get me to do it this time is if somebody say, "Hey, I got you a ticket, and you can stay here. Don't worry about it. I got all that together. I got all that together. I got your plan. I got your." I'm putting that out there, okay? Because I really want to go back to another Cowboy Carter concert. I really do, bitch. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. How you guys been? It's been crazy. It's been crazy. Actually, I've been going through the motions and I'm just trying to get my emotions together. But hey, it is what it is. Let me tell you the irritating things that really like yesterday. Yesterday really was a bad day. Not, it's just been a lot of personal stuff that's been going on for a while. But, it kind of hit me in the head real hard. When I say it was a bad day, it was a bad day because I had a bad night. I had some stuff going on. Listen, the bitch broke down. I was crying. Okay. Like, I'm being real with y'all. I was crying. And it's one of those cries that, like, real hard. Okay. But I couldn't breathe afterwards or whatever. I'm telling you, like, the girl was going through some things. Okay. Usually, I wouldn't have told y'all no shit like this. But, I'm trying to be a little bit more open with y'all or whatever. See, like, I'm a little bit a human person. I got feelings, I got emotions. I just know the next day I woke up and my eyes were swollen. What the hell is this? Oh my God. One second. Anyway, I woke up and my eyes were swollen so bad. They were swollen so bad. I ain't never had that. I said, damn, Ashley, what the hell was you doing? What the hell was you doing? Yeah, cried my ass out. And my eyes was like, this one was swollen real bad. Okay. It literally looked like somebody hit me in the bitch. And plus I had something in it that made it worse. I said, oh my God, it was an eyelash in it that was just really bothering me so bad. And then I was waiting on something to come, right? Because as you can see, like, I got one of my pictures up, right? And actually I got another one up, but it's over, there. Well, not there, but there. When I be filming right here, you'll probably see it later. Okay. And so I was trying to get my I ran out of strips so I could put the other two up. I ordered the strips, okay? They were supposed to come yesterday. I get off of work. Mind you, I'm already in the mood. I get off of work. They had already told me, okay, it dropped it off at the locker. All right, so I go to the Amazon locker, get the thing. Do you know? Let me show you what they sent me. This, I opened up the locker, baby. This was in there. You see how flat this is? Mind you, it's not open. It's not open. It's not open. Flat. I said, what the fuck is this? This ain't what I ordered. I didn't order air. Okay? Add that to the list. I just said, oh my God, Monday is really Monday, and it really, well, yesterday was Tuesday. Tuesday is acting like a goddamn Monday ass bitch, okay? And I just really was really irked about it. And I said, oh my God, this is just not gonna do. I said, Ashley, just go back upstairs and, try it again. That's what I did. I feel a little bit better today, just slightly. I did reorder. They sent me out, a replacement, and it came today, which, okay, I'll give you that because it didn't take too long. It literally came the next day. I gotta put some stuff on there. Look at how my edges are. Come on, sacred. But, yeah, girl, your girl been going through some shit. And it is what it is at this point. I deal with it. But how y'all been? I mean, I ain't going through as much as everybody else going through, to be quite honest. All right, I just know I can't trust people at this point. Like, it's just giving that. But, what y'all been up to? Okay, everybody else going through the motions. You want to get into it? First of all, Chris hit him down Brown. Okay, funny little thing about karma. Oh my God. And usually I don't do this because I ain't never seen stuff work this fast, okay? And mind you, half the time I'll be like, do I really believe in karma or anything like that? Because, I don't wish bad on people, okay? I let people feel how they feel and then I just move on from it, all right? I ain't the one to argue down. I put the facts out there, put my opinions out there. You feel how you feel if you want to. And it is what it is, right? Cool. Girl, Chris Brown put up there last week talking about some free Tory. And then literally the very next day, was it the next day or a few hours later in, Manchester, England, girl, he got arrested. He got arrested, he got booked, and they said, bail denied. I said, what the fuck happened this quick? I was real confused. I ain't even gonna lie, I was real confused. I just said, well, shit, he just stepped over there. Now, I find it real funny. And real kind of, I ain't gonna listen. It was funny to me because how the hell did they approve him to go into the country, approve the passport, and then as soon as he get up in there, book his ass? That was crazy right in there. But basically what it stemmed from is, I guess back in 2023, he was at a nightclub. He got into it with some producer out there, whatever, and wound up busting him across the head with a bottle. Oh, boys pressed charges, as he should have, because you could have killed him. And it's very much the same thing. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of what happened to the brat. Y'all remember what happened to her when she allegedly bust that girl against her head with that bottle, and then the brat had to do how many years in jail? Exactly. And she had to pay back some money. She had to pay money for it or whatever. The only difference is, Chris Brown can afford the money. Now, let me ask you this, because they did say that they was going to hold him without bail. And, he got his tour going on or whatever. And they said he was going to stay up in there until like June 13th until the trial or some stuff happened. I don't know. But that was a few days ago. So he was in there for a few days. He just got out probably like this morning or in the last night, their time or whatever. Because they had another bail hearing to try to see if he could get bail. They granted him bail. And they said bail was like $6.7 million. Now, hold the fuck up. Is that in pounds or USD? It got to be in pounds. Okay? Let me see. Pounds to USD conversion. Okay. Can I get a calculator? Oh, okay, there it is. It says 6.7. 6.7. Well, no. How you 6 million? Let's do 6 million. Well, bitch, can you tell me what it is? So a pound to, but damn, bitch, that's a whole lot of money. Girl, I don't think that's right. Dude, like over there up in Manchester in England, overseas, do y'all get to pay like a percentage like we do over here? Like you can put 10% down depending on what it is, or do you got to pay the whole thing? Because how the hell I wouldn't pay no goddamn. I want my freedom too when I know I got it, but damn, 6.7 or 6 point, bitch, what? 6.2? That's a little bit too much. Okay? Just from bumping a bitch in the head with a bottle. No shade. That's a little bit too much. I'll probably sit my ass in there and wait. Okay. No, we're not gonna do that. And then you still probably want some money after the lawsuit because you probably gonna sue too and get me locked up, and you want my money too. Girl, that's a lot. I have to save my coins. But yeah, he out, and basically what wound up happening is they was going to try to take his passport. So while he over there, they going to take his passport. He can only get permission or whatever, I believe, to go over to different, if the tour starts or whatever before the trial or whatever. whatever city he go to, he gotta give his passport to a lawyer, and that goes to each city. That don't make sense to me. That sounds really ridiculous at this point, because what, either you allow him to just go ahead and do what he got to do, or go ahead and get the trial out of the way, give him the consequences of the actions, the punishment, if you're going to give him that, and get the shit out the way. Because they saying that the trial and the preparation for the trial and the plea, because he hasn't put a plea in yet, a guilty or a non-guilty plea in yet, that's going to be on the same day. It's going to be June 20th. Then an additional court date for the case management is reportedly scheduled on October the 24th. Yeah. You know what? Sometimes you just got to be the fuck quiet. Because when you got skeletons and you want to speak up on other people's stuff, your shit gonna come out. You want to know the stuff that really, really surprised me in this Tory case right about now? I was so shocked. No shade. When Soulja Boy came out going against, not Tory, talking about DDG, doing what he did to Halle and all this stuff, I said, you know what? Right message, wrong messenger. I said, the freak what? Nigga, you just got found guilty and have to, you lost the lawsuit that was against you, okay? You got to pay your victim that you have been charged with and alleged having, kidnapping charges and abuse charges and artwork charges or whatever. You got to pay her a few million dollars, all right? So I'm going to need you to, but your background ain't squeaky clean, and we know what you do in that same type of realm, okay? Same type of realm. I found that very hypocritical, all right? But when it comes to this Tory thing, anyway, what's the new evidence, baby? What's the new evidence, okay? At the end of the day, I'm so tired of talking about this, and they are playing a game. They're playing a game, and it's getting ridiculous at this point. No one is taking it seriously because you're getting involved with now Republican people. Okay, if that's what you want to do, cool. You're getting your information. People, you got Fox News talking about it because that's the only people that'll talk about it that actually give a damn, because I guess slow news or whatever. So you got that, right? You riling that up. Then you say that you got this new evidence. Then you say that with this new evidence comes along with the fact that Kelsey's bodyguard at the time overheard her talking to, I guess, her husband at the time or whatever, or her husband now, saying that she shot Meg or whatever and all this stuff, which totally contradicts everything that was said. And this is what we're talking about because, again, it was posted on one of like the shade rooms or the neighborhood talk or one of these blogs posts or whatever. And they was talking about the case and people were saying, oh, Kelsey shot Meg. Tory literally commented underneath there and said, no, she did it. Okay. There was the phone call when he went to jail and he was talking to her and saying, I'm sorry. Okay. What are you sorry for to her? You weren't saying that to Meg. You were saying that to Kelsey. What are you sorry for? All right. If you had all this new evidence and if you knew all this stuff or whatever, and like, if you knew that you didn't do it and Kelsey did it, why were you not getting up there on a stand to defend yourself in the initial case trial? You opted not to say anything, right? If I knew I was 100% innocent and they couldn't prove without a reasonable doubt, even if it could have just put a reasonable doubt up in that bitch so that I can get my ass out, I would have got my ass up on that stage and said, hell the fuck no, okay? Whether it would have helped or not, I would have spoke my piece, okay? Because what you're not going to do is pin something on me that I know that I didn't do. And so you set your ass down and you decided not to testify. That girl got up there and Chelsea ain't that damn smart, okay, to do some stupid shit like this, all right? So the fact that it's wet outside, it's slippery outside, it's cold outside, and y'all still want to be playing outside like this. Mind you, this is what y'all got to look forward to when the summertime fully get in bloom. They're going to be drag racing and street racing all against the street because my street outside literally look like a racetrack when it comes down to it. That's how many lanes it has and all that. Yeah, they're going to be doing that. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. And again, you keep on saying that the case was faulty and all this stuff or whatever, but yet you say you have evidence. You say you have evidence. And then you put this out a few days ago that you have new evidence. You haven't even submitted the new evidence yet, right? Then a couple of days ago, you say the evidence is coming out in 36 hours. 36 hours has passed. Where's the new evidence? All right. Then you'll get mad at Megan for finally coming out and saying, leave her the fuck alone and to quit playing games and let's be fucking smart, okay? Because people are not using their brains. And then this whole thing about, oh, lock her up for lying or whatever, lock her up with all this stuff. Lock her up for what? She didn't bring him to court, and this is what people need to understand. He would have went to jail anyway because, one, he's a felon, and he's an immigrant that shouldn't have had no goddamn fucking firearm on him. He shouldn't have been around one. He shouldn't have one. He was in a car with one, okay? And so, therefore, he was going to get locked up anyway. That's just that. Megan did not press charges against him. Megan did not sue him. Megan did not want to subpoena, get up there and testify against him. She was subpoenaed, which means she was made to do that, okay? She said her piece. She got the fuck up out of there and ain't said shit else, all right? So this whole thing of, oh, lock her up. Lock her up for what? Lock her up for what? She didn't do anything. She's the victim, okay? And if he had proof, baby, if I had the fucking proof, ain't no fucking timeline of counting down to, 36 hours, 24 hours, 12 hours, 5 hours, 30 minutes. No, bitch, I'm releasing that shit as soon as I get it. And it's on the up and up. I'm releasing it so I can be like, no, this is what the fuck happened. And I want a new trial right here, right now. Okay? Let me put this out here also. The change.org petition, the fuck is that gonna do? That is, you could get all the signatures in the world. It's not going to do anything, okay? Like, if that's the case, when they put these change.org petitions out, trying to get people off of death row, trying to commute sentences and all that stuff, it don't work. It's not going to work, okay? This is the law, and you got to go according to the law, all right? So all these tactics and this show of, this is, I feel like it's another way of trolling. And it's getting quite boring at this point. If you got it, put it out there. Either way, sit your ass there, so-called heal up from your wounds, and just bide your time. Okay, that's just what it is. Speaking of, what else is going on? And same thing with the Diddy case. Like, I'm so tired of it's just been like so many ignorant people that's out there. And, this is one of the downfalls of social media. It gives voice to everybody who think that they deserve a voice and they don't, to spew their ignorance. And then you got people like Boosie, which you already knew, talking about some Cassie and Alex, her husband, were doing this to try to they the mastermind, trying to put Diddy in jail and then get his money. Again, you niggas who, and I've seen this a lot saying basically Cassie trying to get his money and all that stuff. At the end of the day, Diddy's trial was not brought on by Cassie, okay? It's not Cassie versus Diddy. It's Diddy or the state versus Diddy, okay? Baby, the feds versus Diddy. Cassie didn't put a lawsuit out on that man. Cassie put her allegations out against him, and instead of him taking that shit to court to try to fight that, less than 24 hours, he paid that lady $20 million. $20 million, okay? And we see exactly why he went on ahead and paid her $20 million. Because if she would have went to court, they would have went to court with it. 9 out of 10, he would have probably had to pay more, and he would have went to jail. Okay? That's what it was, That's what it was. Now, did her allegations help pop this off? Yes. But did she take this to the court? No. She was also subpoenaed to come and talk and testify. And she didn't put up no struggle because she wanted to come and testify. Okay? Get this shit out the way. She been holding on to it, and it's part of her healing to get that shit out. Okay? This trial is not about Cassie and Diddy. Cassie is one of the main witnesses, mainly because, and she went on first because she's heavily pregnant. She's 8.5 months pregnant and could give birth anytime. So they want her testimony, and that's why they went on ahead and let her testify first. And all that did is to show and build his character. Show how he was. Show his character. She's a character fucking witness, okay? She's not suing him. She's not putting a RICO against him. He has a fucking RICO case against him. And it's not just because, oh, he's a freak and all this stuff. Everybody's little freaky or whatever. It's sex trafficking. It's drugging. It's unconsensual things, okay, while under said drugs. You know what I'm saying? It's R-word. It's sexual assault. Those are crimes. Those are crimes, all right? Cassie gets up there and she gives her testimony, and that's just what it is. And then we hear from the next person. And then we hear from the next person. We hear from the next person after that. And then the next person after that. That is how a trial happens, okay? That is how a trial happens. Again, it's not Cassie versus Diddy. It is the state of whoever in the feds versus Diddy. The feds brought this against him because obviously, allegedly, according to them, they got enough evidence to say that he committed crimes, okay? Domestic abuse is a crime, but not a crime enough to get a RICO, all right? So, like, obviously, it's some other stuff that's going on, okay? So, this whole, she trying to get money from him, he already gave her the money. He already gave her the money. And 9 and 10, if this hadn't happened, this RICO trial hadn't happened, Cassie wouldn't have said nothing else. We wouldn't have heard shit else. She took her shit and she left, okay? And then this other narrative that I keep on seeing, and I'm so glad that her husband had to come out, and it's a shame that he had to come out and say this, but this whole thing about I'm pretty sure her husband looking at her different after she, did this, testified up there and said all the stuff that she had to go through and everything, the pissing on her and the UTIs and the sores and all this stuff. And girl, her husband, and I don't give a damn if he was a trainer with her and he been around already or whatever, if she was sneaking off with him, either fucking way, the way that man loves her down, that man already knew what was going on. Because she told him. She told him. And he's a real fucking man because he's staying with her. And this whole thing about, oh, she damaged and all this stuff, and why would you want to be with somebody like that? Well, nigga, we could say the same thing about a lot of you men. You motherfuckers are goddamn damaged to shit too. Why would a woman want to be with you? Everybody got baggage. Everybody got shit on them. And so what? If you're not letting that define you, if you're not letting that bring you down, that don't mean that you're not deserving of love. Does not mean that you're supposed to stay single for the rest of your life and you're not supposed to go find your happiness. And if you want a family, get a family and all that stuff. No one is without fault. No one is without baggage in their life, okay? A lot of us got trauma, And to sit here and make it seem like, oh, because y'all, it's so fucking double standards because y'all will say that shit about a woman, but will not say that shit about a man. Oh, it's okay for a man to have so many bodies on them, but a woman, if she got this many bodies, she a hoe, she damaged. Nigga, you are a cum bucket yourself, okay? You are a fucking cum whore yourself, okay? You got bodies, you're damaged as shit too. Your dick is shit, all right? So, like, stop with the double standards. It's really stupid at this point. I mean, it's 2025, and I guess, the shit, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse, and it's unfortunate. I feel so bad for Megan. All the shit that she got to go through, I feel bad for KKK. No, I don't. For Cassie. Because it's ridiculous, and I'm so glad that she got a support system around her. I'm glad that she has people that even if she's not speaking to them no more, they're coming out and they're saying what exactly happened and backing up her stories, okay? Her experiences, Don Richards did get up there on the stand and basically said, yeah, I seen that motherfucker beat her ass with a goddamn skillet. A skillet, bitch! What? That's crazy. And Kalina, bitch, we already knew that you was on payroll. You a scary bitch too. Okay, so there's that. Moving on from that. Also, they put out the pictures of some of the male escorts that he had. And one of them bitches, I said, oh shit. I'm so sorry. One of the dudes, I was like, you look fucking familiar. And then I looked at the description and and I saw the name Ash, and I said, Ash Armand. Ash Armand. I said, oh my God. I said, I know the fuck he did it. And this is the ironic part. The first time I ever heard about Ash Armand, he was on this show called, I think, American Jiggalo or something like that. It was like on not HBO or HBO or Showtime. You know, he was on a few seasons of that. And basically, when he got off of that or whatever, he was in I don't know if it was a relationship or whatever. Basically, he I don't know if he was on some stuff. I don't know if he had a mental break. He wound up beating one of his this girl to death. Okay, he beat her ass to death, and he wound up going to prison for like 20 plus years. Okay, after he pleaded guilty to voluntary manslaughter. He pled guilty to. Let me show you what he's at. He pled guilty to. Mind you, this was in 2022. Well, actually, this was in 2020. So, yeah, the show was on Showtime, and it was called Jiggalos, all right? And he was the most popular one. It's so many, it's so many documentaries. And I recently just seen a documentary about it, too, right? What it was. Go on HBO. I got to find it, because it's in my list. Reality Stars Who Kill or something like that. It's on HBO. Just go on HBO Max and then type his name in or type in Jiggalo Ash Armand. Okay, it'll pop up because yeah, different shows that kill of fame, death for fame. What is it called? I'm finna find it for y'all because it's gonna piss me off. It's gonna piss me off. Death by Fame. I think that's what it's called. Okay, well, that's not what it's called. But I found it. I watched it, and it's good because it's different people that was actually working in the industry or whatever. And I'll find it later. But y'all know what I'm talking about. Just look up Jiggalos. But anyway, yeah. He was really popular. He was really, really popular. He was really into fitness and all that stuff. And then all of a sudden he just went off the deep end. And then he got with this girl or whatever. And I don't know if he was doing drugs, whatever. And next thing you know, he beat that girl to death. Okay. I mean, just whooped her ass. And yeah, he pled not guilty. Well, he pled guilty to mayhem something, and then manslaughter got 20 years. I did not realize that this happened in 2020. I literally thought that this happened a little bit longer, earlier. But yeah, 2020. So you get 8 to 20 years, which means I guess it is a possibility for parole. But no, that nigga's still up in jail. You are in jail, and you was a part of this shit. Woo, give him a few more years, okay? Give him a few more years just for that. And then we get to this whole shit. I'm gonna mention Hie and DDG for right quick. Again, y'all gotta be careful who y'all get with, men and women, all right? But I'm gonna just put this out here because we ain't even gotta stay on them too long because again, one person know how to handle shit and the other person don't. And I feel like this is hurting your case. DDG, you knew that this restraining order was in place already, okay? That's why you came to the internet, and that's why you was doing what you was doing to make it seem like Halle wouldn't let you see your baby, okay? Y'all was already going through your mama, you know what I'm saying? And then the text messages proved that you knew what was up, and she was trying to get your baby, and you didn't want him at that time, okay? But here's the thing. All of this stuff comes out. Everybody was cool with Halle, but then all of a sudden, and I'm talking about his family and his friends, and then all of a sudden the restraining order reports come out because obviously you didn't tell your people that you got this restraining order against you and that it was granted and it had been in place already for a while, okay? And now you trying, all of a sudden your people want to come out and try to make it seem like they don't like Halle and Halle is this and Halle is that. Bitch, fuck you, ain't nobody buying that shit but his little scary ass little kids of a fan base. That's it, and his bots. That's it. But let me tell you something. All the trolling and the having your friends talk about it, having your your family come out, nobody is buying it. Okay, it's not helping your case, because that is the exact reason why this girl is being smart. This girl is being smart. No one from her side has came out and said anything. No one has said anything. No one has acknowledged anything. She hasn't even said anything. And again, she wasn't the one that put it out there that the restraining order was in effect, okay? TMZ found that information. They put that shit out there. And has she commented on it? No. Has any of her family commented on it? No. Has any of her friends? No. But who's doing all of the talking? Who's doing all the I need to defend and I need to say this and I need to say that, and in turns making themselves look bad? DDG. Now, DDG, let me tell you something. You are a dumb boy, okay? Why would you get on your stream and going back and forth with an AI version of Hallie, reading text messages and stuff, and basically trying to say, I need to come get my son? Mind you going back and forth with an AI and you are losing. I said, this is weird. That's weird ass behavior, and that is something that you need to look out for. Okay, like, are you okay? This is a time where you need to just take a break. But see, some people so addicted to the internet and addicted to all these antics, and I guess I understand you got brand deals or whatever the fuck it is that you probably got, but this is not helping. This is not helping. It's not going to end the way that you want it to end, and it's not going to go the way that you think it's going to go. The trolling and all that stuff, it's not going to work, because at the end of the day, she's not playing into it. So what's the point? She got full custody for right now, temporarily, and that's what needs to happen, okay? Also, Skai Jackson and her baby daddy. She done filed a goddamn restraining order against him. Want his ass to go to, like, anger management classes and all that stuff. This one, I don't need nobody saying, but do you really think that he did that? Or what did she do to do something to him? I hate this. But for this one, I feel like we all know that it happened. Like, there is no doubt in our minds that whatever Skai said he did in that restraining order report, he did that shit, okay? Because we seen him, first of all, when she got pregnant, when she got with him, we was like, girl, what? Who the hell is him? And where he come from? That's one. Okay? And sometimes it's like, don't judge a book by its cover. He a little albino YN and all this stuff, and you let this little motherfucker do this stuff to you. That's neither here nor there. I was like, this a little odd parent, but okay, sometimes they say the good girls, or the ones that perceives to be a good girl, they like the bad boys, okay? I'm gonna let you slide on that one. And then when found out that he was pregnant, that they had got pregnant, and when he posted that shit about he didn't give a fuck about her, was calling her names and stuff, and then tried to say that his account was hacked. I think it was on Facebook or something like that. And then they was coming out, Skai and her mama was coming out trying to say, oh no, he didn't say that, we all good, it was hacked and all that stuff. But then the video come out of him in the car basically saying the same thing. Then he going on the run because he violated his probation, and then he running from the cops, and then they finally get him and he had to go to jail and finish that out a little bit. Plus, he was with his other baby mama. Oh yeah, the nigga did all this shit. Like, I'm so sorry. Oh my God. He did all this shit, right? So this is what she's saying. She says that the father of her baby is terrorizing her and has been for more than a year. But all this shit again, what was it about Mother's Day this year? Mother's Day was not Mother's Day. Mother's Day was niggas ain't shit day because they finna show their ass. That's literally what that was going. Everybody was showing their ass on Mother's Day. I told you, somebody got their ass beat up or something. That's neither here nor there. My neighbors were showing their ass on Mother's Day too. And then the day after Mother's Day, the other neighbors started getting to I mean, like, what is going on? Am I in the... What's happening? But, why is everybody so angry? But no, I was like, an alleged assault on Mother's Day was the last straw for her. She claimed that he attacked her earlier this month as she was holding that 3-month-old baby, okay? and he grabbed her by her hair, slammed her head against the car window, punched her in her face. And she said that this violence is not new. She described a 6-month period in 2024 when the abuse would be on a weekly basis, choking, scratching her, slamming her head into the walls. She said that he also damaged a bunch of her personal property like her iPhone, television. When she got pregnant, he said, drink bleach to get rid of the baby. Because he didn't want the baby. He wanted to kill the unborn baby. And held her at knife point. And then walked as she was walking to her car. Threatened to stab her in the stomach too. As she was yelling for help. She said on another occasion, last summer, he punched through a bathroom door that she had locked herself into. And then slammed her against the wall and choked her until she could not breathe. She said she has video to back up that claim. And again, he already had to do a 30-day jail sentence for a parole violation. She said he owns 3 firearms, including a rifle, and she fears for her life. She wants him to be kept 100 yards away from her and their baby and their dog, and wants him to go into a domestic violence treatment. And they don't have no child support agreement up yet, but she wants him to cover all her legal fees. First of all, I feel like he don't give a damn about that child anyway. So that staying away from the baby and probably staying away from you too, that's going to be doable. All right. And he just gives me the type he didn't want that baby in the first place, especially if he's telling you to drink bleach. Girl, okay. But yeah, get all this shit legalized and you want him to pay your legal fees, it's not going to happen. I'm just telling you this already, girl. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But and that treatment, he'll probably go because he's being forced unless he's going to get locked up. It ain't going to stick. But yeah, we got to be careful with the motherfuckers that we get into it with because and I say that all the time. And a lot of people say that. A lot of people, we've all been guilty of saying we gotta be very cognitive of and intentional about the people that we get with. Like you gotta do like I don't mind people Googling people, okay? Because bitch, I wanna know who the fuck you are. Cause sometimes y'all be lying. Alright? Sometimes y'all be lying like, bitch, you's a liar, okay? But at the end of the day, a person, you can think somebody is a good person, you know, you ain't had nothing nobody had nothing negative to say about them or whatever, and everything look all to the good. And then once they get you all good and settled in the relationship, bitch, the real person come out. Everybody got multiple faces that they show to multiple people. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful who you pick. Yeah, but at the same time, motherfuckers are crafty, okay? And motherfuckers are sneaky. So people can wear different faces, and that is so goddamn true. I just pray for everybody. I really do. Because I don't like that. Like, keep your if you don't fucking want to be with a person, if a person make you that angry that you feel like you need to punch them through the wall, you got to put your hands on them any way that is outside of loving on them consensually and just being affectionate and all of that stuff, get the fuck out that relationship. All right? So that you won't get in trouble. So that she won't or he won't get hurt, because I don't like it when women put hands on their spouses either. Okay? I don't like that shit. Keep your hands to yourself. I don't like it when y'all be cussing out y'all partners, especially when y'all be doing that shit up in public. I don't like that. I watch just to see if it's going to escalate, if I need to call 911. But I don't like to see that shit. I don't. Because it scares me, because it's be like, if y'all can do that shit in public, and if you're okay with cussing your partner out like this, ain't no telling how bad it gets when it's behind closed doors. I don't like that. I really don't. But yeah, I just want everybody to be safe. I want everybody to find love, and I want everybody to be safe. But moving on from that, some sad news. Anybody look at my 600 pounds life besides me? Besides me? Okay. So some of y'all do. Unfortunately, we got some bad news. We got some sad news. Y'all remember season 11, and there was a girl named Latanya on there. Let me see, can I find a picture of her? Okay? Yeah, she was on my 600-pound life. I'm going to put this up again. All right. She was on my 600-pound life, season 11. And this is one when she had got put up into the hospital. She was complaining. I'm sorry, because she passed away. Unfortunately, she passed away. But she was complaining over the fact that, the hospital food wasn't none, and they was her man was giving her food, like ordering the food or whatever, and bringing it into the hospital. And she was talking about how the food was nasty in the hospital and all this. Dr. Dale was over it. It was over it, okay? Because he just be tired of y'all playing on his top like that, like. Bitch, I'm not the one that's in danger of dying, okay? Well, probably from old age, but it won't be because my health ain't in order. It'll be natural. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit. But unfortunately, I know when she was on the show, actually, she was one of the ones that was full of excuses. She was the one that was full of excuses or whatever. And things didn't really happen the way that it should have happened. And I ain't even gonna hold y'all. When I watched my 600-pound life, it really be irking me when I be seeing them, like I be, as a person that's on the bigger side, but not as big as them, but at the same time on the bigger side, and have struggled with my weight all my life, and then still struggling now, trying to get it off, but I'm slowly losing it, so at least I'm seeing some type of progress now, because at one point, it had stopped moving, and I was really, really concerned. But now, it's moving gradually. You know what I'm saying? I'm way more active than I usually be. It really irks me when I see the ones that you on this show, you about to get help, and you refuse to put in the work to get the help. That tells you ain't even got to pay for it. That's why you're on the show, so you can get that shit for free. And all you got to do is eat the damn food that you're supposed to eat. And then it's the people that's around that be enabling, because they can't get their ass up to go get the shit, but because you don't want to hit their mouth, and you don't want them to get mad at you or whatever, and hit and throw a fit. Okay, let them be mad, bitch. And if you want to get the food, you get your ass up out that bed and get it yourself. That's just how I feel. Okay, you can throw a fit all you want to, but at the end of the day, I can get my ass up and walk to the refrigerator, and I can go outside. Can you do that? All right, now, since you can't, you're going to eat what I give you. And what I give you is this 12,000, that's too much. This 1,200 calorie diet, high protein diet that, Dr. Now said you could have, okay? That's what we're going to do, And we're not sneaking food like that, right? I said, you know what? It be really pissing me off when they don't do nothing. By the time the episode like an hour and a half. And at the end of the hour and a half, you still the same size. No, you didn't gain weight. Girl, that be pissing me off so bad. I be like, bitch, if I had that opportunity, like somebody work with you for real, and get on your ass, people don't know how to take shit. But anyway, she passed away recently. Now, I know I've been seeing her on my For You page on Instagram. She's been popping up. And there was this other girl that I used to see, this other woman, I think her name is Chelsea. She's about to be on Dr. Now's new show that's coming on Lifetime later this month, I believe on the 26th. And it's called 6,000 pounds something. And it's like they're going to have different people on there, and they're just following their journey, their health journey, trying to get healthier. She was really, really big. But she was, I ain't going to say, I don't know how active she was, but every time she put up a video, she was outside doing something. Like she was doing a TikTok dance or Instagram dance or whatever you want to call it. She was outside doing something. She was standing up and all that stuff, but she was huge, okay? But eventually, as she was putting that up there, I noticed she started losing weight. And I noticed she got down to a size that was good enough for her, or kind of like safe enough a little bit. That she went and got bariatric surgery, okay, and she been trying to keep that weight down, and she looks really good, because from the size that she started to where she at, she's still overweight, but at the same time, she's not as big as she was, and she's way more active, and she was going over there at one point, them two connected, and trying to give her encouragement, trying to work out with her, whatever, because at this point in time, she's bedbound. They said when she was on the show, she was like 500 some pounds. Okay. Now, by the time, I think she passed away at one point or whatever, she gained over 200 pounds. She was 700 some pounds. That's just not even, baby, sometimes I don't even be comfortable, because as a big person, and I know we say, oh, big is beautiful, whatever and all that stuff. And you could be healthy, big and all that. And at the end of the day, you could be healthy to a certain extent. To a certain extent, meaning that, okay, you don't have this, you don't have that, you don't have that. But at the same time, you got a lot of fat on your body. That's not healthy. And you don't have healthy fat. You have a lot of fat on your body that's on your organs. And that's not healthy. Okay? All right? I want people to understand that. But just because you don't have this, don't have that, you still need to do something, right? And it's hard. It's really, really hard. And sometimes it get uncomfortable, okay? You have to go outside and when you have to think about, oh, can I sit in this chair? Is it gonna, will this hold me? Or, am I gonna be embarrassed when I sit down? Or is people watching me? If they're laughing at me, are they recording me? Are they doing this and are they doing that? That you shouldn't have to do that, But when you're bigger, that's what goes through your minds a lot of the time. It goes through mine. Okay, I ain't even gonna hold you. It goes through mine. Like, that's part of the reason why I do have social anxiety for the most part. I don't like being around a lot of people because, I don't know, in my mind, I feel like they're talking about me. You know what I'm saying? But, though there's that. And so, you try to get yourself together. And again, we know that weight loss, it didn't get on your body so quick. So, therefore, it's not going to get off you quick. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be one to do it. You got to be one to do it. And then you got to understand, you get to a size that's so goddamn dangerous that they can't do nothing for you. Like if you have a heart attack or something, because they said that she went into congestive heart failure. She was having trouble breathing, and then she went into cardiac arrest. They couldn't do nothing for her. She also got so big that the weight was putting pressure on her sciatic nerve, and so she couldn't really do nothing. And trust, as a person that has a sciatic problem, that's a bitch in itself, all right? You got to get yourself together, okay? Let that be a lesson. You got to get yourself together. And I be wanting to know what they be doing. Do they check their insides too? Because especially if you didn't put all that strain on your body being that big, even if you lose the weight or whatever, you got to make sure you still on the up and up, because you could have damaged your body in the inside because of having all that weight. Girl, I feel bad. Some people just think fat meat greasy. They don't believe it. They don't believe fat meat greasy. So, may she rest in peace. Like when it gets to a point where she said the EMT said transporting me would be a fire hazard due to her weight. Baby couldn't even get to the hospital. That's crazy. I seen let's talk about my 600-pound life right quick. Ain't shit else to talk about for a minute. Bitch. One episode I seen, they had to take the fucking wall out of the house. They had to take the outside wall of the house. Literally. Just to get the person out, to get them to the hospital, transport them to the hospital. One lady, she wound up passing away a few months after her episode too, and she wasn't putting forth the effort either. She was so goddamn big and so like unsanitary. They found maggots. She was wondering why her leg or something was hurting. They found maggots in her fold of her leg or something like that. Oh my God. I said, now how the fuck did that happen? How the fuck did that happen? Oh my God. It's no shade. I'm not shaming, but baby, let me tell you something. I really be watching my 600-pound life. Do I be eating a little? I do, but I work out right afterwards. I really do. Like, I've been getting my steps in. I've been active and everything. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I will sit there and watch my 600-pound life and eat a piece of candy. Like, girl, what the fuck? And be judging. And like, I'm like, big bitches judge other big bitches, okay? Like, for real. We really do. I tell y'all that all the time. We be judging like, what? I seen myself. I said, you fat bitch. He was like, well, bitch, you fat. I said, I know. So we see each other. Okay, we can't help but see each other, bitch. But anyway, that's just neither here nor there. Moving on from that. Also, another sad news, since we down, because they from Louisiana too. She from Louisiana. And then we got Big Freedia. Oh my God. She posted this like a couple of days ago, and I caught it right when she posted. I had opened up Instagram, and I seen a picture of her with Devon, and I was like, oh my God, what happened? Baby, he passed away. They was together for 20 years, passed away from diabetes, and I really felt so bad to be with somebody that long, and you know, they had their ups and downs and everything, but that's a scary thing too. You get attached to a person, you get used to having that person around, and then they just randomly taken from you, you know, whether it's naturally, whether it's just, you know, an accident or anything. It's just so crazy. I feel so bad for anybody that be in relationships or any type of relationship or friendship or whoever it is that gets somebody that they known for years and then they just passed away. That is so sad. That is so sad. And from diabetes, I mean, they in the South, so of course, you know, down in New Orleans, I ain't gonna lie, bitch. I was down there. I had to be careful because the food was fucking good. I said, oh my God. And I was so glad that I did not overdo it. I was so glad I did not overdo it, girl. I was like, Ashley, you did real good. You did real good. But baby, if I wasn't trying to get myself together, if I wasn't trying to get myself together, girl, I would have picked the fuck out down there in Louisiana, okay? Girl, that shit, it smells so good. It tastes so good. It looks so good. I was just like, you know what? I get it, bitch. I really do. But no, diabetes is, that's something that, you know, quite too many people have. And I feel like because so many people have it, they don't talk about it as much or don't talk about how really, you know, a deadly disease it can be and it can become if you don't have that under control. You know what I'm saying? It's something that you really shouldn't take lightly. And I feel like a lot of people do take lightly. Just like with the blood pressure and all that stuff. You need to take that seriously. Again, my father passed away because he wouldn't take his blood pressure medicine. Dumb bitch. Okay? Dumb bitch. Because the pill was too fucking big. He wouldn't take the gas. Dad on the toilet. Bitch, I'll never forget. I was like, on the toilet? I'm sorry. Anyway. You know, dark humor, but that's just what it was, okay? I was just like, well, you know. And I remember when Big Freedia, her show came on. Okay, because that's back in the day when I was getting into the bounce music and everything. Oh, this was when YouTube was popping for real. Bitch, let's just talk about it, okay? Because I discovered the golden ages of YouTube, discovered so much stuff, and it opened me up to a world of shit that I didn't know about. And especially given the fact that I was going through this awakening with my sexuality, coming to terms with it or whatever, you know, I'm like, I don't feel feminine. I feel more so masculine than anything, but I do have a touch of femininity in it. I don't want to be a guy. I don't feel like I was born in the wrong body. But what is that? Bitch, you a stud. You a soft stud. Okay? That's just what it is. You a soft stud. You know what I'm saying? You still in touch with your inner feminine being. But, you know, you a little masculine with that shit. I was like, all right. So getting on YouTube and you see all of this. And I'm like, there was a time like you just saw a whole bunch of studs and stuff on there. A whole bunch of films, all that shit. So I was on the gay side of YouTube, you know. And it literally was just people either talking about their experiences, blogging their life, whatever. I followed this one person and literally saw them go through their transition from, you know, learned all about trans men, trans women, pansexuals and all of that stuff. Just learned so much. I followed this one person from when they were a touch me not stud and they transitioned into a man. You know what I'm saying? I had never seen that before. And so I was intrigued and I learned so fucking much about the shit. And it just gave me a whole lot more respect for him. You know what I'm saying? And so I remember I used to follow this one stud. She was a big stud too. She was thickums, okay? She was a fatty. All right, like she was big, okay? And she was short, so it made her look a little bit bigger. But her girlfriend was bad as shit, okay? I said, God damn, so you mean to tell me we could pull bitches like that? That look like that? I mean, she was Instagram bad. And she loved her down. It wasn't no, I'm using her for this or nothing like that. No, she loved her down. Okay? Loved her down. She loved her big ass teddy bear. I said, must be nice. But yeah, the little femboys and everything. Oh my God, it was a 10. And then that's when I got into like ballroom, the Vogue clips, the ballroom clips and all that shit. And then I got into the bounce, got into Messy Maya and them, all that shit. Got into it, right? Which led me to all of the what is it? Sissy Nobi. Is that what it was? Girl, her, Big Freedia, and all them got into that or whatever. Oh, I just loved it. So when Big Freedia wound up getting her show, of course I watched it from day one on Fuse TV. You know, and hun, like, Devin used to put her through it. Okay? He used to put her through it. I was like, what? You know, do you want to be with the bitch or not? Okay? Act the fuck right, nigga. But he loved her down too. Okay? You know how niggas be acting so goddamn nonchalant, like they got some goddamn issues, but then at the end of the day, they gonna come back home. That's just really what it was. And they put that shit on full display. And then they came back again, because I think it went for like 3 seasons or whatever. Then it left for a while. Then it came back probably like 21, 22, something like that. Like 2 different versions came back. That's where you get that clip when Big Freedia was on that that what was it, Skyline thing, whatever, out there in Vegas, and she was like, oh no, bitch, oh no, all up in the camera. Yeah, that's where you get that from. Okay, y'all gotta watch it. Go to Fuse TV or find it on YouTube or somewhere. Big Freedia, you know, her show, and she loved that man. They broke up a couple of times on the show too, and I said she was sick about it, bitch. She was sick about it, and he came right back. Each and every time he came right back. I feel so bad. Y'all remember, and this is talking about the golden ages of YouTube. Back in the this how long I've been on here, okay? Back on YouTube, for the youngins that don't remember, who wasn't around, people, this is how it was. Especially with the black YouTubers, okay? Because I frequent the black YouTubers and the gay YouTubers, you know what I'm saying? And it always used to be like a topic of some shit that was going on. And then back then, people would literally, if somebody put up a video talking about something or whatever, and they would literally like, it's almost like quote tweet the video, you know what I'm saying? But we give it a quote respond to video, okay? So we're respond to the topic, and other people respond to the topic or whatever, and put that person name in it or whatever so that they can see it. Oh my God, bitch, we used to do that shit all the time. It felt like Twitter. Like, it was Twitter on YouTube. For real. Oh, we used to have so much fucking fun back then. Everything was, I discovered a whole bunch of new music and all that stuff. Oh, the golden ages. But anyway, rest in peace to Devin, and I hope Big Freedia, you know, you keep your head up, mama. President Joe Biden got a little prostate cancer. Well, can't say a little prostate cancer. It's a lot. It's a lot. They said, baby, he got an aggressive form of it. They released that Sunday. Okay. They said last week he was seen for a new finding of prostate nodule. So he already, if this a new finding, not since they already knew about it, but it got aggressive, and that's why, you know, they had to go ahead and come out and say something about it, because it's just, you know, he must have had it for a minute, and they said that it's spreading to his bones. It is in his bones. They said it is characterized by a Gleason score of 9, which is grade group 5, and it has metastasized to the bone. Now, once it metastasized, baby, that's very bad. That's very bad. This represents a more aggressive form of the disease. It appears to be hormone sensitive, which allows for the effective management. So hopefully he'll be all right. But, you know, that's a lot. You get to your last years of life, and all of a sudden the cancer want to come through and just fuck that up when you supposed to just be chilling. Honestly, I feel like that's the reason why the nigga was kind of sluggish. Okay, that's why he was slow and going through what he was going through the last end of his term or whatever. And then when he got up there and did that damn debate, he couldn't think straight. Okay, his prostate was hurting, and we ain't even know. Nigga ain't had no right, no business up here running for re-election anyway. But he ain't even know. You know, and of course you got everybody so fucking ignorant over there on that side. The one person that I was so shocked that didn't say nothing negative was Marjorie Taylor Greene asked. I said, bitch, what? Because she said, I think her daddy died from cancer or some shit like that. You know, she said she was nice with it. Meanwhile, you got the Trump over there talking about something. Well, how they let it get to grade 9? Well, I'm fine. I'm feeling awesome. How they let it get to stage 9? I said, that is not what the fuck that is. They skipped stage 1 to 9. You bitches can't be common sense for nothing. If you, like my mama always said, I thought our parents told us, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. Okay, that's all that it is. Why y'all just can't do that? But anyway, meanwhile, check this out. Entertainment billionaire Bill Geffen, who is 82 years old, has filed for a divorce from his go-go dancer husband, who is 32 years old. They have been married for like 2 years, less than 2 years. And guess what? No prenup. Reparation, bitch, because I think he black. He a little black or something. I said, you know what? And then the picture that I be seeing that they keep on showing Mr. David Geffen. David, he been nip tucked and pulled back. That face is tight. I said, oh my God, what is going on? Why would you get married to this little boy at? First of all, that's disgusting. Second of all, you didn't let that man, baby. We already know it's about the money, okay? Because you had to shake your ass for a little bit of cash, and now you're marrying and sucking dick for it too. Okay, like, boy, what? That's a high form of prostitution, if you ask me. You legalized it because you went on ahead and got married and you signed a marriage license and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, bitch, it must have been good because he said, fuck a prenup. Mind you, he's worth over $8 billion. We're in the money. Shit. Listen, if you want to be dumb enough to do some shit like that, hey, I can't say nothing. Moving on from that, Harvey Weinstein, shut the fuck up. Baby, I thought that man, no shade, I thought he was already gone. I really did. Nigga, you gonna stay locked up, okay? Trying to say, you know what? I'm innocent of all this stuff. All these women that's coming out against me, all these actresses that we respect and we actually like for the most part, all them people plus other people that's coming out and they said that I did something to them, they're lying. And you know, I'm out here advocating for women. I respect women and I do this for women, whatever. So why would I ever touch women? And yes, I do know that there's people that do that, but I ain't one of them. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Okay, at this point, live you're rotting as it is, okay? You're rotting from the inside out. Literally. Okay? Literally, it's seeping through your pores. Continue to do that. All right? Maybe if you go ahead and you admit that you did these things, it'll slow down that rotting process. I just feel like that's what probably was going to happen, you know? But I really thought he was out the paint already. Honestly, no shade. I ain't even trying to be funny, bitch. I thought he was out there. Harvey Weinstein. He's still here. He's still amongst us. Oh, okay. And Rod Wave, look here, you see what I was about to say? You know. First of all, they was talking about, I seen this shit on Twitter, a TikTok. Somebody was like, Rod Wave talking about something. He 5'8" and he 50 pounds. You are not a 350 pound bitch, okay? Listen, let's stop playing right there and there. But then again, when it comes to men, and not at no 5'8". Not at no 5'8". Now, if you was 6 foot or 6'2", I could see you saying you 350. Or you could even be way more that and then still look 350, but you're not. But that's neither here nor there. Rod Wave and his depressive ass, Trump ass music that he listened to, because y'all know he was at the inaugural ball too. He was at that crypto ball. He a Trumper as well, so there's that, mind you. Okay, so I truly don't give a fuck with his depressed ass. You know, he literally got cash and made a whole business off of making depressive music because he depressed. Well, shit, bitch, maybe I need to do that, okay? Basically, he got hit with 14 charges down up in Georgia, okay? He got booked into Fulton County. I think he out now. He was released later that day. The charges are aggravated assault, 2 counts of possession of a firearm or knife, pointing or aiming a gun or pistol at another, 2 counts of reckless conduct, 2 counts of criminal damage to property in the 2nd degree, 2 counts of willful obstruction of law enforcement officer, 2 counts of felony tampering with evidence, simple assault, and conspiracy to commit a felony. Additionally, all these charges are related to an incident that occurred April the 21st, and I think this is with his baby mama at the time. Okay, he had gotten into it with his baby mama, and basically, baby, was you trying to take her out the paint? You was trying to take her out the paint? Bitch. All these abusers are getting called out and put on full fucking blast, nigga. Let me tell you something. You got your goddamn nerves, and I'm telling you, I read all them fucking charges. Girl, all I heard was jail. Years. Bitch, what? You did all of that because of what? Girl, I would have pressed charges too. You're not finna do that to me. I got your kids, and you gonna do some shit like that to me? Fuck that. Okay? Fuck that. We're not finna play. Meanwhile, let me tell you something, and this how dead ass serious I am when it comes to this. When I say I don't fuck with abusers and all that shit. I don't fuck with people that support that shit either. It pained me, but not really, because I've been kind of seeing it. A mutual amends that I met, and actually they helped out with the blackout. When we first did the blackout down in Atlanta a few years, what's that shit, 10 years ago? Bitch, it's been a minute. I really do want another one. But, life be lifing for everybody. We just don't know. Maybe we'll probably get something together and do something on Candy Ranch. Because y'all know Candy from Sweet Edition. She got that Cloverfield Ranch. Bitch, I want to get down there. She keep on trying to get me down there. I need to get down there. But I wish we could do something down there. I'm going to have to talk to y'all. Get some people together, and go to the ranch. Go to the ranch, do some ATVing. Some of y'all get on the horses, not me, because I ain't trying to break the horse. But, do some shit. But, yeah, he helped out with it or whatever. But at the same time, I had to block him. Because man got too much. Because I literally went on, and I blocked somebody else that was following me too. And see, I'm dead. I stand in my shit. Hey, baby, you don't want me to know. Well, you can do whatever you want to. I just like I can do whatever I want to too. If I see it, I'ma block it, bitch. Because I don't want that type of negativity or that type of energy, because that tells me a lot. If you out here saying free Tory, free Diddy, free this nigga, free that nigga that deserve all this shit. Oh yeah, I'm blocking. They put up in the comments on free Tory on the neighborhood talk. I said, oh no, block, bitch. I was waiting for something. Sometimes you just want to be like, am I doing too much? No, I'm going to hold out because I know this person personally, whatever. But then I just had to block it, for my own mental health. Because I don't like seeing that shit. Again, like I said, I don't like seeing people being abused or whatever. I don't like the hate that's going around. It's too much. It really is. I don't understand it. Moving on from there. And speaking of the Warless, what the fuck? Louisiana, what is going on? Them 10 inmates that escaped that goddamn jail. Louisiana has been having a fucking time lately. Because first of all, let's talk about, okay, we're going to get to it. Since I already brought it up. The 10 inmates that left the jail through the goddamn hole behind the goddamn toilet. And then y'all gonna write too easy, LOL. Bitch, you needed to escape to a goddamn schoolhouse, okay? That's what you needed to escape. Because they said too easy with 1 O. Bitch, you're supposed to be two. Two O's, okay? T-O-O, easy, LOL. Okay, that's what it's supposed to be. I said, oh my God, how did they get out? I'm looking at it, I was like, y'all had to be skinny. But at the same time, it's still some bars right there. How did they get through the rebar? I was like, first of all, I don't fault them for doing that. Because, bitch, if I seen a way that was easy to escape, bitch, and I could get through it, hell yeah, Shawshank Redemption my ass. I'm getting through it. Okay, that's just what we gonna do. But here's the thing. I think out of all the 10, I think it's still 4 of them that's still on the loose. Okay? I don't know what their charges are. So I don't want to say, oh, I hope they get away. Because I don't know what their charges are. I do know one of them. I think they said one of them basically took out somebody that killed somebody in their family or something like that. I'm like, okay. You got to do what you got to do. But here's the thing. This is what made me interested in it, because if I had the opportunity to escape something like that when I was already facing years, okay, why the fuck would I stay in that same state? You bitches go down on Bourbon Street. 1 or 2 was on Bourbon Street in broad daylight. Bourbon fucking Street, bitch. Where everybody and their mama be at, bitch. What? What are you doing? What are you doing? And then if you're going to be down there, don't be down there during the day. Be down there at night where it's like, it's live and it's a whole bunch of people. Not when the street's practically empty because people at work and then they getting ready to come down there. What the fuck are you doing? And then the one that got caught sleeping on the bus stop. Okay. I said, oh shit. Then the one that got caught, you get out of fucking jail. Well, you escape jail. And you go live on Instagram. Yeah, man, and you around motherfuckers that you probably ain't supposed to be around. You probably smoking. You probably got a gun on you and all that stuff. What the fuck is going on? You dumb niggas. I'm sorry. That's just all I can say. You're dumb. Because ain't no way in hell. First of all, I escaped. I'm not staying in the state. Bitch. That night, we would have crossed over to we would have been in Alabama, okay? We would have been in Texas, and then the next day, we going up north. We going up north, okay? That's where we going. We're not staying in the state, and we're not staying so close to round, all right? Y'all didn't think this shit through. That's just what it is. What was y'all going to do? Y'all was going to literally hide out in New Orleans? Y'all was going to hide out on Bourbon Street? Y'all was going to hide out in somebody's cousin's house down the block from the jail? What? And then y'all live streaming? Oh, my God, just so stupid. God damn it. You make me sick. You couldn't even go a couple of days without getting caught. But I guess it's like 4 of them still out there or whatever. Oh my God, that shit. I said, prime opportunity, bitch. Y'all could have got away. Y'all really could have got away. The video of them running from the jail. I ain't gonna lie, that shit was funny as hell. I said, what? Listen, y'all want to know what I was thinking about? Randomly, I was like, you know what? People don't rob banks no more. Do they? In 2025, 2024, this year. Do people still rob banks? Not saying that I want to do that, because I ain't trying to set it off for nothing. Okay, no. I'm just saying, we don't hear nothing about nobody doing no shit like that. Especially not on no major scale. And also down there in Louisiana, that goddamn Plantation house, what is they? Not away. No more, bitch. Okay? Girl, they said that one of the rooms or whatever caught on fire and just burnt the whole bitch down. Said it was the largest plantation down there in Louisiana. You know, it was built by the slaves, 1859, all that shit. And then you got motherfuckers really in their feelings about it going, oh, it's gone. Okay, excuse me, who the fuck what? Bitch, you took a plantation home that had the blood and the sweat and the pain and the trauma and the other slaves. And you turned that shit into a goddamn resort. And you had people coming there to look around, to eat, to drink, to get married on that plantation. See, this is why I don't fuck with Blake Lively and her husband, because they got married on the goddamn plantation. So all this shit that's been going on with her, I don't give a fuck. Y'all got married on the fucking plantation, gonna act like you didn't know. You knew what the fuck that was. Okay? Yeah. Like, what the fuck? Like, that just shows how disrespectful you are. Okay? And that just shows how people don't give a damn about, black people, our struggle, or whatever. You don't care about fucking history and everything. You don't care about the fact that your ancestors probably partook in all this fucking shit. Okay, and instead of just trying to do something like make it a historical site where people can come in and walk around and feel it, like the Whitney Plantation or whatever, make it like a museum dedicated to the blacks, dedicated to the slaves, dedicated to our ancestors. You turn it into a resort. You turn it into a place that you could come chill at, that you can come get some drinks at, you can come get married at. What? What possessed a person want to get married on a fucking plantation in this day of our Lord? What? I don't understand that. Okay? I would just feel like I'm doing something very disrespectful, and I feel like them ancestor spirits is gonna follow me home and take me out somewhere. Okay? I just wouldn't feel comfortable. Bitch, absolutely not. Absolutely the fuck not. That's like willingly going to go kick it at Lake Lanier. Y'all know about Central Park 2 out there in New York? That was a black town too. They bulldozed that shit and did what they did and just fucked it up just like they did Lake Lanier. What? But they trying to destroy and get rid of our history? Bitch, I gotta go to a Cowboy Carter show. Cause god damn it, bitch. It's all coming. And then I gotta go watch Sinners again. God damn it, bitch. I fucking love being black, okay? You just don't fucking know. Let me tell you something. And speaking of niggas and being black and motherfuckers that's not glad to be black, what that on there, Robert R.G. the third or something like that, they be doing a sports commentary with the white wife, okay? That whole situation that happened with Angel Reese and Caitlyn Clark, when she gave her that flagrant foul or whatever, and she basically pushed Angel. I don't give a fuck what people say, okay? I'm not here for the Angel this, the Caitlyn this, girl. I don't give a shit. Caitlyn pushed that bitch, okay? Because I just feel like it's really fucked up the way that they have pitted these two women against each other, all right? We know that in sports, it's a competition. That's what's supposed to happen. But outside of that, people are taking this shit between them two and running these narratives, trying to make them turn them into truth. And it's just so fucking disturbing the way that they are doing Angel Reese when it comes to Caitlyn, because they're not doing it to any other black girl. And there's no other black girl in the league that is getting all of this goddamn heat when it comes to this woman. And y'all want to make it a rivalry so bad that's based off of hate or whatever and not just competition. Okay? And it's like, you can't even let Caitlyn be great because you're so focused on hating on Angel every fucking time. And it's just really disturbing. It's really disturbing. And then for basically they were playing against them in Indiana. And I already told y'all, that's why I was mad that Sydney Colston was traded to the Fevers. Okay, because first of all, it's Indiana. Indiana is Trump town. Okay, that's a Trump ass state. That's a red state. For real. So, through and through. I don't know, trying to get me to move out. I said the fuck no. Okay, and what y'all said, absolutely the fuck not. All right, that's a different type of racism that goes on over there. I just can't. Absolutely not. And then you see it. They're up there chanting and being racist in the audience, whatever. And even if the WNBA come out and say that they're going to investigate and they're going to talk about this and they don't, stand by this and stand by that, how do you control what the audience does? How do you control what the audience does? You can control what the actual players do, but it's the members in the audience that are making racist noises and saying racial sayings and words and stuff, at Angel. Like, that's really fucked up. Mind you, you are also cheering for a team that got Caitlyn Clark on it, but also got black women on it too. So you feel the same way about her teammates as well. That's so fucked up. Okay? And then Caitlyn don't come out and she'll never say shit. And if she do, it be late. All right? Like, people probably would not think that there's such a rivalry or something going on if she was to come out and she was actually address the things and be like, oh, don't do that. But no, we're not going to do that. We're just going to sit back and let it happen until I get questioned about doing the thing or whatever. But that's neither here nor there. But that RG3 nigga, I don't like him, and I never did. He came out and he put his tweet out, basically said, so what happened and the way that Angel Reese reacted, it basically showed that she reacted off of hate and that she truly hates Caitlyn. She hates Caitlyn. She hate. Everything is hate. He put out this whole very dangerous fucking tweet. And I don't care. And what he don't understand is you can put out a narrative. You could put your opinion out there, but you don't have to put your opinion out there in a way that's going to pile on and be a dog whistle to other people that already feels that way and giving them leeway to continue the racist remarks or whatever and continue the hate, unnecessary hate that she gets. Okay. It was just the way that he said that as if he knows for a fact that this is what's going on and you don't. Bitch, you play sports. You should know what it is, okay? And so you egging it on. And this is a black woman that has been getting, a young black woman who has been getting all of this shit unnecessary. Like when it comes to competition, when it comes to sports and stuff, yes, you're going to have people that like you. You're going to have people that don't. That comes with the territory. But to have all the racial stuff that adds on to it, the sexism and all that shit that comes to it, the misogyny that comes with it, and then to have all of that piled on you so much, so tough, way more than everybody else, and you're going to contribute to that as a black man, okay? And when Ryan Clark said, well, first of all, can I ask this question? Ryan Clark always looked like that. He's a nice looking black man. Don't get me wrong. But he always looks so serious. Every time he talks like he about to give you a fucking lesson. And it be just so serious in his face, okay? I be like, nigga, laugh. And he still look like that. But, he basically called his ass out and said, you can have your opinion, but for you to say that shit about, being adamant that it's all hate, whatever, and putting that out there like that, and you see what this girl is going through. You see what's happening. And you playing into the stereotypes of how they call black women aggressive, black women angry, black women hateful over this lily white, Denzel in distress, white woman. That's just what you're doing. But when he said, because you don't have these conversations about what black women go through. Because you don't be around black women. Do you? He said the last black woman you've been in was the conversation you probably had was with the woman that you came out of. That shit, baby, laughs so fucking hard. And then he said, because you get on camera and you saying all this shit, right? Because he doubled down on it on his little camera and he put a little video up or whatever. Did I watch that shit? Absolutely fuck not. Because his wife was in the background, right? And she just egging it on. She clapping. She all that shit or whatever. And that's why I'm sitting here like, damn, bitch, do you want to come to the mic? And I feel like sometimes they do be talking about this shit. And I feel like she be saying some stuff and he just be reiterating it. And he is her mouthpiece, saying what she can't say, because if she said, oh, they definitely gonna say that she racist because she a white woman. Speaking of these black women. You know what I'm saying? It's giving very much that. But he was like, you wouldn't know nothing about this because you don't have those conversations about what black women go through in your household because you're married to a fucking white woman. Both your marriages has been with white women. And he does have this cringy ass fucking kink. Let me tell you something, boy. You tried to come back out and make a video trying to say or whatever, say that, there's some things that you don't do. You don't talk about people wives and all that stuff, whatever. And you cross the line. He ain't really talking about your wife. He said your wife is much more than her skin color. That's just what it is. Okay. He wasn't talking negatively about her because I would have said, fuck that bitch. But that's just me. That's just me because I don't like her. She gives me the ick, okay? He gives me the ick too. He gives me that he lets her call her the N-word. He gives me that they do race play when they had sex and it gets him hard, Okay, it gives all of that. You know what I'm saying? And when Ryan pointed out the fact that he keep on equating her to milk and that he be making them corny ass milk jokes, oh my goodness, the many tweets. And I remember the one of those ones when he was talking about this tall cup. It's National Cookie Day or something. I'm finna dip my cookie in some milk or some shit like that. And there was a picture of him and his wife. That's what he was talking about. Baby, they pulled up all them goddamn tweets about him equating white women to milk. Milk, 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 milk. Bitch, you're corny as shit. You're lame as shit. And it's very disturbing. That nigga don't like black women. That I don't give a fuck what you want to say about it. He does not like black women. And the way that he keeps on referring to his wife or any other white woman or whatever as milk, white milk and all that stuff. It's some self-hatred going on. And I want to know what black woman hurt him. Did his mama hurt him? And he needs to go to therapy. But I'm all the way here for Ryan Clark giving him the business and saying what everybody else been saying, okay? You, something wrong with you, bitch. But anyway, moving on from that. Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber do not like his wife. I just want you to understand that. Girl, was it arranged marriage? It seemed like it. He don't like that lady. He don't like that lady. He don't. He don't. I don't give a fuck if you was trying to make a point, you know, show how, oh, sometimes you just shouldn't really say things or whatever out of anger. Don't put your wife down or your spouse down. But if I accomplish something that I've been wanting to accomplish for a long time, and then you put up a post basically telling me, remember that time we got into that argument and I said, because you pissed me off so goddamn bad, and I said, bitch, you will never get on fucking cover of Vogue, okay? Never. You ain't good enough. You don't look good enough. You ain't this. And then, well, to my chagrin, there you are on the cover of Vogue, and I got to take that shit back. You know, baby, I'm sorry for saying that shit, and you did good. What? Mind you, the Vogue cover wasn't that good anyway, but that's neither here nor there. But bitch, what? Justin, why would you do that? Why would you embarrass your wife like that? I get it, you don't like her, but why would you embarrass her like that? And then he gonna go back because of the backlash. He went back and he, edited out the caption. So he took all of that shit down. That was a backhanded ass compliment. Instead of just saying, oh my God, baby, you did so good. I'm so proud of you. Your first cup of Vogue. Look at you. You look so great. Oh, the mother of my child. Oh my God, baby. You put all of that shit. Remember when I told you you ain't shit, you ain't never gonna be shit, and you just proved me fucking wrong that you are? That's the motivation that I had to give your ass to make sure you go a little bit harder so you can get on the thing. That's what it was giving, bitch. And so because of the backlash, he just took it off and he put some little emojis to make it seem like he was supported. I said, what? Justin been going through it. He been going through it. The people been taking advantage of him. The man don't know what he want to do. Okay, I feel for him. He had to come out and say that he ain't had nothing to do with. He wasn't, touched or nothing by Diddy and all that stuff. I mean, did y'all really expect him to come out and say, yeah, that happened? It happened. I didn't. And I don't believe what he's saying, but okay. He's a man. A lot of them don't like to, put that out there because of their manhood. But yeah, moving on from that, get Justice some help. Denzel Washington down there in Canes almost had to fucking put hands on a motherfucking touchy-feely ass over-eager ass photographer. He had to tell him, calm the fuck down, okay? Like, don't do that. You asked me, can I take your picture? Okay, but you doing way too much. Stop that shit. Don't do it again. I'm telling you fucking now, bitch. He turned it to Frank White for a second. Okay, what was his name on Train Today? He turned to that nigga. Alonzo. All right, because King Kong ain't got shit on me. You right. You just got your... He said, you're about to make me lose my ministry license. I just got my degree, my license, okay? And I'm not finna fuck it up over you. What is it about the Kangs people? Is it cons? out there at the film festival. You know, remember when Kelly was out there and she had to cuss that lady out? Well, that lady was getting her ass cussed out by everybody. Okay, because she was doing the absolute fucking most. Y'all better start playing. Okay, niggas ain't grow up the way that y'all did. We don't go by the same code y'all go to, baby. We snap and pop first before we get down to the bottom of it, all right? Carolina. Is that what it is? Carolina. Bitch, what the fuck did you thought? Klarna is saying that they reporting one of the major losses, okay, this quarter. They said, bitch, people ain't been repaying back their loans or whatever on time or at all. So during this first quarter from January to March, they have acquired a loss of $99 million and then bringing a total loss to $136 million. They said that's a 17% year-to-year increase, bitch. Well, I mean, what did you expect? What did you expect? If they got that much loss, how much loss does Afterpay get? Because what's the difference between Klarna and Afterpay? Because I've done Afterpay a couple of times, but Afterpay will literally just snatch that shit out your account when it's time to snatch that shit out your account. So maybe that ain't the same. Okay, I did see somewhere where they said either you could put Klarna, use like Uber Eats now with Klarna. Is it? Am I even saying it right? Klarna, whatever the fuck, that or Afterpay or some shit like that. Imagine ordering some McDonald's for $3. No, $3. That's gonna be like you order a 4-piece chicken nugget and then you get a small soda. I'm gonna say soda for you guys, okay? But bitch, pop. Okay, you get a small soda, and then let's say that shit come out to like $7. Okay, you know, inflation's bitch. And then with the service tax, and then the tip, and then the driver's tax, and then the state tax, and then all this tax. Okay, so you paying $25, right? Imagine putting that shit on layaway. Oh, that is so crazy. I see that shit. I said, are you serious? I wish I would. If I had to put the food on layaway, baby, the fast food on layaway, baby, I don't think I need it. No. Baby, let me tell you something. Layaway was a 10. Is layaway still around for some things? Girl, back in the day, this how old I am. Baby, back in the day, we used to have layaway. My mom used to put shit on layaway all the goddamn time, okay? Like, sometimes we don't know that she has some stuff back there. Sometimes it'll be for us. Or then sometimes, and then I used to hate when it was for us, and we'll be in the store with her, and we'll get it, and then we'll go to the line, and then we'll go in the back to the layaway aisle, section or whatever, put that shit on layaway, excuse me, and we can't get the shit right away. We gotta wait a month or so to get the shit, okay, until you pay it off or whatever. Like, damn. I used to hate that shit, bitch. I used to hate that. Layaway used to be up in Walmart, Kmart. I don't even know. Did Target used to have layaway? I know Kmart back in the day. Bitch, Kmart was the jam too. Okay? Too bad that bitch gone. Y'all remember Kmart used to have a food court up in there and everything? Kmart used to have Little Caesar in there, and that's the Little Caesar that I know. Okay? I don't know about this Little Caesar now. Because when I did eat Little Caesar a long time ago, came back to it, I said, bitch, what the fuck is this? I said, this don't taste like no Little Caesar that I remember from the Kmart. Okay, the Kmart Little Caesar, oh, it was delish. It was delish, okay? I don't know what the fuck this cardboard shit is now, all right? I don't, you know, it's been years since I've had it, so I don't know how it is now. But yeah, that's nostalgia for your ass. The way that shit went up in flame and went bankrupt, Kmart walked so Walmart can run, okay? And run it did, bitch. I haven't been in Walmart in years either, too. So there's that, you know. I haven't been at Target since they got rid of their DEI shit. And Target, you just gonna you fucked yourself up real bad. Real bad. You know what I'm saying? Professors and people and deans getting fucking booed at graduations for taking away DEIs and all that shit. Bowing down to the president and all that. was really nice. Oh, and speaking of graduations, congratulations to everybody that's been graduating this year. Whether you getting your graduates, your bachelors, your diplomas, your 8th grader, what they call 8th grade diplomas, degrees. There it is. If you getting all of that shit, congratulations. Your PhDs, bitch, y'all some you PhD master motherfuckers, you overachieving ass bitches. I love that, because it couldn't be me. It could be me, bitch. I did thought about going back to school, but school wore me out. College wore me out, bitch. And I feel like it's maybe because I really didn't have a social life. I don't know what the fuck it was. I was just, by the end of it, girl, I was so drained and over it. And imagine not going to college for all these years and then going back to get the master's degree and having to do all that. Don't, in the master's things, you got to have like a thesis and you got to defend your thesis and all that shit. That means you got to do a whole big ass paper, or you got to stand up and do a presentation. I don't want to do all that shit. I'm so fucking sorry. Like, bitch, I'm living, okay? I ain't got time for that. But congratulations to everybody who did have time and who said, but bitch, I want more money, so therefore I'm gonna do what I gotta fucking do. You right, and you did that. You fucking did that. Congratulations to everybody. I love that for y'all. Let me tell y'all this one thing too. When you motherfuckers see me, don't fucking tell me, oh, I've been watching you since I was like 15, 18 years old. So what you trying to say? I'm an old ass bitch? I'm just playing. Don't pay me no mind. Did y'all go to the movies? Oh, we went to the movies and we saw Bloodlines. I will tell you this. Final Destination, Bloodlines, it was cute. Now, I don't know if it was because we was in the theater and we were sitting right there by the speakers and it was loud as shit. And the seats was vibrating when everything fucking moved and all that stuff. It wasn't the one where it was in 4D and it just moves everywhere. But no, the seat literally was vibrating when shit was like the bass was up and everything and shit would happen. But bitch, when the kills happened and the deaths happened, girl, I was like, oh my God. You know, I was jumping in that hole. I wasn't expecting to do all that. Maybe because it was just loud up in that bitch. But yeah, I was jumping in that hole. I said it gave me a couple of times. It was a cute little show. It was a cute little film. That one scene, I'm going to spoil something right quick, because if you haven't seen it and you're going to see it, you can cut off right now. You off? Okay. That one scene, well, I'm going to just say this. It's going to be one scene, if you haven't seen it, where they're in the hospital and it's an MRI machine, and that's all I'm going to say. I said, oh my God. Mind you, I wanted this weekend, I was going to go get, because I want an ear piercing. I want a piercing and I want a tattoo. I was going to go get both. Okay. I want to get, the helix. I wanted to get a piercing up here. And then I wanted to get a tattoo either on my hand or on my arm. I wanted to get one. Didn't go, because I wasn't in the mood to go. Bitch. Mother Nature came in and fucked my shit up on Saturday. Girl, I was so mad. Like, the energy was just down until I got to the concert. The only good thing about that was it wasn't as hot. Bitch. But by the time the concert started, I was in my element. I had forgot about all of that shit. But then when it was over with and I came home, I was like, oh, bitch. I got right back into the mood. Okay, girl, it was fucked up. But anyway, you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your week. Be safe. Be well. Be warm, because, bitch, I don't know where the fuck spring and summer gone. Okay, is summer on the way? Because, bitch, winter came back. And it's supposed to be back in here for a while. What the fuck? It's cold as shit outside. And it's been cold since Friday. What the hell is going on? But anyway, you guys enjoy yourself. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. Love you guys, and I'll see you later. Peace.